Ripple is about to do the greatest thing that has ever been done in tech. Something big that might change the way internet banking works for good. Some say that the people in charge of Ripple have chosen to burn 50 billion XRP. This will divide the total amount of XRP in circulation in half. It's not a hoax or business stunt. It was planned to make things clear, change the market story, and start a new era for XRP where it is scarce and respect could go through the roof overnight and hit 10,000 or even more if this is true. This means, well, shocking. The effects, pardon the pun, will be felt in every bank in the world. How big is this event? First, let's talk about what a token burn is and why it's so important. Coins that are burned are sent to an address that can't be reached. You'll never find those coins again. They are hurt in every real way. There is no way to fix token burns. They're the end. They are shortage reports that are made on the blockchain. This is not the same as a company getting extra stock that they can send out again later. XRP is lost forever if you burn it. Gone. This really is a game-changing way to handle any asset, but it's especially great for XRP, which has been getting a lot of bad press lately because of how it provides its value. People who don't like Ripple have long seen the Trust wallet, which holds 50 billion XP, as a price danger. Some said they had too much power and could pull it off at any time. That stress would go away with this burn in one big move, get up and move. In an instant would change the economics of XRP from one that makes it worth less to one that makes it worth more. It gets more interesting. Here is what appears to be a secret note from someone in Ripple's planning team that got out, even though we can't be sure of every detail. The memo has operational language, technical discussion, and law references that make it seem more likely to be true. It has been shared with trustworthy sources. Operation Phoenix, a plan. The name of the paper is said to be Liquidity Compression for Global Integration. It shows a step-by-step way for the company to burn through all of its escrow stocks because of regulatory gridlock in a crowded market. The paper says the main goal is to make XRP from a payment ticket that isn't a global digital reserve asset that is backed not by speculation but by real-world scarcity and immense institutional demand. There are too many XRPs in circulation for it to work, which is the biggest psychological barrier to world acceptance, according to the memo. Ripple thinks that the burn would get rid of this idea. For Ripple, getting rid of 50 billion coins would send a message to all banks. There isn't much XRP left, so you'll need to act fast before the next round of users comes along. What is going to happen next? Check out where the money goes. This burn will cause a big drop in the amount that is moving around. Some of the 50 billion XRP that are in circulation right now are thought to change in the future. This is a big part of what makes prices change. Check out Bitcoin. The 21 million cap is one of the most interesting parts of the story. Now imagine that XRP supply changed all of a sudden like Bitcoin's. Hedge funds and central banks would rush to get their hands on it before the prices went through the roof, even though it has real-world institutional uses and is faster and cheaper than Bitcoin. Let's talk about math. There are 100 billion XRP in circulation right now, so if you burnt 50 billion, you'd only have 50 billion left. The market value of XRP would be about 500 trillion if it were worth 10,000. Is that really possible? At first it sounds crazy, but let's look at it, how it fits with what's right in real life. The real estate market around the world is worth trillions of dollars, which is more than $4 quadrillion. Gold is worth around 13 trillion altogether. Bitcoin has been worth almost 1 trillion in the market, but it hasn't been used for anything else. But XRP is useful because it moves money and can be used by banks, central banks, and services that send money. Not only can XRP have a high value, it needs to have one in order to become the preferred bridge asset for the world's liquidity. It gets still better. The leak says that Ripple wants to do more than just change prices. They also want to make lawmakers uncomfortable. It says in the letter that the burn will happen either right before or right after the final decision in the SEC versus Ripple case, depending on how clear the law is. It's easy to understand. This kind of risky move will get people's attention. The US government will have to pay attention to XRP or else. They need to give it a name, keep an eye on it, and add it to the system. Things will move even faster. XRP is already used as money in Japan, the UAE, and Switzerland. They'll be glad for the burn to happen. Think about how the world will look after the burn. After that, how does it look now? There will be a shock to the supply. No payouts may be made for a short time on some exchanges. Prices could go through the roof in short runs, but a new floor will be put down when things calm down. No longer can you buy or sell XRP for pennies or small amounts of money. It will be more important than ever and hard to get, so it will be worth a lot of money. They will be behind the times now that they used to make fun of XRP. Shopping won't make you feel FOMO. It is going to be a school. The people who support XRP, especially the early users, will be proven right. Depending on how sure people were about their investment, those who bought at 20 cents or even 5 out now have investments worth millions or even tens of millions of dollars. Check it out. If someone has 1,000 XRP, that could turn into 10 million after the burn right now. People who have $10 P will get $1 billion. These aren't dreams. These outcomes happen naturally when supply patterns meet real-world use and institutional support. But what about the risks? In other words, nothing is certain. The cryptocurrency market is not stable at all. The government might fight back. You could wait, or Ripple might change its mind. That's why staying educated is the most important thing for you. In 72 hours, this burn could happen, so you need to be ready for it. Make sure your security is strong. Keep your money safe in a wallet you can trust, and stay away from scams and fake news. People will say they are you. There will be scam links and there will be fake claim sites. Don't believe any of it. This could be the end of XRP as we know it. The story of how a controversial symbol became a valuable digital item that people all over the internet use. Ripple is not waiting any longer. People have been taken off of lists and given media hit pieces because of it. They are about to use their ace. The whole world would know about a 50 billion XRP burn. There would be no more FUD. XRP would also go through the roof. What are you going to do now? First, please take a moment to write this down. People who use XRP need to get ready. Keep an eye on what's going on with the trust wallets on the blockchain. You need to act quickly. It those of you for now, the coins are going to known burn addresses. Third, you need to choose whether you trust XRP's long-term plans. The price won't be this longer if you do that. Things will quickly run out. If this burn does happen, it will be one of the most important things in the history of crypto. Just because you love XRP doesn't mean you love this price event. This is also a story change, a supply shock, and a master move, and it might be what pushes XRP to $110 and or even higher. Remember to be smart, aware, and ready most of all. Not to Ben. Remember that I'm not a professional financial advisor. The information in these movies is just there to make you laugh. If someone wants to make a financial choice, I always tell them to do their research and talk to pros first. Thanks for hearing. If you liked the video, don't forget to click follow and thumbs up. Make sure that alert is on.